So here's a question that I got. How do I deal with a health crisis? How do I spiritually make my way through a health crisis? It is a great question, and it's one that I'm excited to answer. First of all, what is the health crisis? When you look at your health crisis, all experiences that you are having come from a construct of belief. And so, what is it that in you that is creating problem? Now, I have often found when dealing with people who have issues of holding on to emotions, I often find they have bowel issues, they have stomach issues, they have anxiety issues. They hold on to these things within their body, and they don't release. They don't allow themselves to release. Now, what is a release? An exhale. And what happens when you exhale? You release fear. You release tension. And tension is what? Is stress upon the body. How do you deal with a health crisis? The first thing is realize you need to focus on health, not the crisis. When you focus on the crisis, you create more crisis. When you focus on fighting it, you're focusing on the crisis. When you're focusing on I am healthy. I am getting perfect health. I am receiving perfect health. I am doing the things that make it right for me, make me feel healthy. I am a healthy person. God's name is I am. Whatever you ask in God's name is granted. I am a healthy person. I am receiving a perfectly healthy body. I am joyfully living with a perfectly healthy body. My health is abundant. Now, it's interesting. You have to realize that sometimes when you, at the very start of that, it seems completely disingenuous. You don't believe it at first, right? But once you start saying, I am receiving, it means you can be in that state where you don't know it. You don't see it yet, but it's coming. Think about it like an Amazon order. You put your order in, and you just believe it. And you just act upon, you act in belief. You don't keep repeating it because that's not faith. That's hope and wish and want. You want to say, I am receiving, and then you act upon that belief. You put your thoughts, words, and deeds into full action. And once those thoughts, words, and deeds into action, you start to see difference. You start to see change. You start to see experience, right? And that is the unique element. How do I work my way through a crisis, a health crisis? For me personally, the first thing I do is breathe. I exhale. Okay. What do I know? And see, that's an interesting question. You ask yourself, what do you know? 9 times out of 10, all you really know are symptoms. And what are symptoms? Symptoms are byproducts of something else. And what is that something else? Usually it's something within the body that's causing blockages of some kind, right? So until you have all the information about what it truly is, then you can't actually come through a health crisis. Let me give you a strange example. I was very much not well a couple years ago. And I went to a doctor because things were bad, and I was getting very concerned about my own health. And I went to the doctor, and they immediately started sending me to specialists. Your blood pressure's up, your sugar's up, list of things. They suddenly put me on like 7 pills. I went to the cardiologist, and I walked into the cardiologist, and they immediately ran me to the emergency room because they thought I was having a heart attack. Wasn't having a heart attack. So I went to another specialist. They immediately started freaking out because they thought I had a blood clot in my leg. Didn't have a blood clot in my leg. And then they said, oh my God, he must be in the lung then. So they started freaking out about being my lung. Didn't have a blood clot in my lung. They thought I was having congestive heart failure. They thought I was having, my blood pressure was out. They thought I was a diabetic. I wasn't any of those things. But I was having those symptoms. I was having those things that they could look on their paper and say, well, this is the way, this means this. So we need to give them this pill and send them to the hospital. That was what they needed to do. So now I was on 7 pills. I wasn't getting any better. What happened? What happened? What happened was I started going, what am I doing? And by the way, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving you medical advice. There's your legal stuff. What did I do personally? I said, I'm going to start looking at my own life and realizing what I need to do. And I realized that every time I ate carbohydrates, I felt bloated and ill. So I said, okay, that makes me feel bad. So I stopped eating carbohydrates. I lost weight. My blood pressure went down. Right? My skin cleared up. I had eczema on my face right here. Cleared right up. My whole health got dramatically better just by taking those carbohydrates out for me. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but for me, I took all those carbohydrates out and I got dramatically healthier. But no doctor told me to do that. It was me going, I'm taking control of my health. What makes me feel bad? Okay, my body's telling me that when I eat that, I bloat up and I don't feel good. Don't do that anymore. Yes, I love my pizza, right? I eat it on a rare occasion now. Because if I eat too much pizza or if I eat too many breads or any of those things, I don't feel well, right? So I eat almost zero carbs until I have my special meal, right? The point is, and during a health crisis, you need to stay engaged and not give away your power to someone else. I don't care who they are. When I had my back break and they told me I'd probably never walk again, I went on to do over 4,000 live comedy sword fighting stunt shows all over the world because I didn't listen to the doctor who told me I was going to end up paralyzed or in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. I didn't listen to them. I just took my own choice, my own belief, and that's what I did. And like I said, this is not medical advice. This is divinity advice. This is you taking control of your life. You stepping into the power of your own existence because your experience is based upon your belief. And if you take someone else's belief during a health crisis, you will live out their life and not yours. You'll live out their belief and not yours because you're choosing their belief. And so during a health crisis, make sure you stay engaged with what you're believing. I am not feeling well. I am feeling better today. I am receiving perfect health today. I am really, really sick. You can feel the difference between those statements. Some of them don't feel good and some of them feel great. You want to stay with the great until your thought process changes the world, changes your world around you. Buddha says what you think you become, you create your world. Krishna said you are the culmination of your thought. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Your thoughts are creating your experience. And when in a health crisis, you can bring your way out, work your way out of it. You can think your way out of it. You can believe your way out of it. If you believe your way out of it, you will have amazing experiences, and you'll no longer have crisis behind the word health. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.